Hello everyone, this is day 34 of Polity Daily Drill. Let's begin. First question. With reference to financial emergency under Article 360 of the Constitution of India, consider the following statements. The first one. Rajya Sabha has no role in approving or revoking a proclamation declaring financial emergency. Now we all know that any kind of emergency, be it the national emergency or the president's rule or the financial emergency, requires a parliamentary approval. That means within 1 month of the proclamation of national emergency, it must be approved by the parliament by a special majority. And within 2 months of the proclamation of either president's rule or financial emergency, it must be approved by the parliament with a simple majority. And the parliament also includes Rajya Sabha. So yes, in approving it has a role, so no role would be incorrect. In revoking it may not have a role at all, but in approving it, yes, it does have a role. So statement 1 is wrong. Number 2. There is no maximum period prescribed for its operation. Of course, we know it. The maximum period is only for president's rule, and it is how many years? 3 years. So 2 is actually correct. And number 3, during its operation, the center acquires full control over the states in financial matters. This is also correct. So 2 and 3 are correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? C is the right answer. Moving on to question number 2. In a recent Supreme Court verdict limiting the provision of coverage of MTP, medical termination of pregnancy, to only married women is a violation of which among the following? So there was a case in the year 2022 that was X versus the Principal Secretary of NCT of Delhi, where Supreme Court said that if you look at the MTP Act, if you see the Rule 3B, Section C of it, if that rule is understood as only for married women, it would perpetuate the stereotype that only married women indulge in sexual activities. And Supreme Court said that this is not constitutionally sustainable. This artificial distinction between married women or unmarried women cannot be sustained. Women must have the autonomy to have free exercise of these rights. The rights of reproductive autonomy give an unmarried woman similar rights as a married woman. Therefore, the court said that including only married women and excluding unmarried women will violate Article 14, equality before law. All manner of people are to be treated equally and will not have irrelevant, useless, irrational distinctions when we make laws for different categories of people. Intelligible differentia also needs to be followed. Equal protection of laws as well. So it's Article 14 which gets violated, right? A is the right answer. Moving on to question number 3. Consider the following statements. The Supreme Court can sit only in Delhi. So we know as per Article 30, the statement is correct, but only in Delhi is a bit harsh and extreme. The Supreme Court can sit in Delhi or any other place as well if the CJI wants, but with the prior permission of the president, of course. So 1 is wrong. The High Court of a state should necessarily be situated only in the state capital. This is also wrong. Why? In fact, some states don't have a High Court within the territorial boundary of the state. And in other cases, you do have High Courts where the main principal bench is outside the state. And of course, we also have a situation where you will find that the principal bench is in some other city, like say the Allahabad High Court for UP or the Jodhpur High Court for Rajasthan, right? So 2 is wrong. Number 3, northeastern states have only one high court at Guwahati. Now, yes, we do have a high court at Guwahati, but we have other high courts as well. Like we have the high court for Tripura, high court separately for Manipur, as well as high court for Meghalaya. So, 3 is also wrong. Which of the statements given above is or are not correct? Not correct. All of them. D, 1, 2 and 3. Moving on to question number 4. Which of the following statements is not correct about the Gram Nyayalayas Act 2008? It aims to provide inexpensive justice to people in rural areas at their doorsteps. Absolutely correct. In fact, the court fees for filing cases in Gram Nyayalaya is just 100 rupees. So this cannot be the answer. The Gram Nyayalayas are to be established for every panchayat at the intermediate level. Yes or no? Yes. This is also correct. Yes, it can also be a case that it can be established for a few villages as well, but the statement is correct. C. The Act shall not be applicable to the 5th and 6th schedule areas. Now, yes, this Act is not applicable to states like Arunachal Pradesh, states like Nagaland, states like Sikkim, or which areas? 6th schedule areas, not the 5th schedule areas. So C is incorrect, which makes it the right answer. And D, the Gram Nyayalayas will also try certain criminal cases in addition to civil cases. Yes, of course. In fact, they can pronounce punishments up to 2 years of jail, along with a maximum permissible monetary fine of up to 20,000 rupees. So D is also correct. C is the right answer, the only wrong statement here. And the last question for today, question number 5. How many of the following are not a part of fundamental duties under Part 4A of the Indian Constitution? So Article 51, capital A. So let's see, to vote in the panchayat elections, is it a part of our fundamental duties? It should be, but is it actually it is not a part of our fundamental duties. To cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. Yes, it is under clause B of Article 51, capital A. Number 3, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife. Yes, this is also a part of fundamental duties, clause G. And to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women. Yes, it is also a part under clause E, if you see, which talks about promoting harmony, the spirit of common brotherhood, etc. This phrase is also mentioned. So only one of them is not a part of fundamental duties. A1 only is the right answer. This brings us to an end of our discussion for today. Let's meet tomorrow. Till then, that's all for me. Jai Hind.